Good afternoon. Ian Saw, Chairman of TFGA, with your weekly wrap, coming to you today about 80 kilometres north of Clontarf, Queensland, in the Gulf Country, on a station of about 120,000 hectares. There's 25,000 head of cattle, made up of about 15,000 cows. There's helicopters, graders, road trades, different sets of cattle yards, watering systems, and as well as normally about 15 people turn up for lunch. So again, this is all big, and as we are down south, we're dealing with the lowering of cattle prices, which puts a great deal of pressure on capital expenditure, etc. up here. This week, TFGA had a meeting. We organised a meeting with the Clyde River Water Trust at Bothwell that Minister Palmer attended, looking at the surety of water out of the lakes for irrigation. It's really imperative that those farmers are able to get that water at the end of the season when the crops have had all the expenditure and just before harvest to get them up. So that's important, and it's absolutely important the legislators know, making the rules, realise that the decisions made on water issues have to be made in line with the expectations of the farmers who are taking all the risk. That's important. We've also did a communication survey. Grayson organised all of that. There was a range of questions that we asked. However, one of the things that was interesting is that our fast news that comes out every second week is an area where our members like to gather information, as from the Tas Country and from ABC Rural. Some of the things that came out of that was the longevity of members that we've got with TFGA, and the issues at the forefront of our members at the moment are to do with energy, farm input costs, and farm sustainability. Probably something we already knew, but it's always good to get our members' feedback to make sure that that's the case. The other issue, talking about energy, which is first on the list at the moment, is that we now realise that Tasmania is in a constrained position when it comes to energy. So we need to make sure that the supply and demand equations are there. Agriculture relies upon exports, and energy costs being one of the major costs of production for many farmers, whether it be dairy, whether it be irrigation, whether it be potatoes, chook growing sheds or whatever, we have to be internationally competitive. Otherwise, there's no point in growing it. So we need to make sure that the government and those supplying the electricity are not going to gouge the farmers because there's a lack of supply. And we also, as with water, we want to have a guarantee that there's going to be surety of that. Anyway, look, we're going to have more input, more stuff coming on to line through Fast News. If you don't get Fast News, please get back to us as a member. So it's nice and warm, 28 degrees. I might go and have a beverage. So until next week, take care.